Okay, very good. Hopefully, you're finding this fairly easy on how to uh, add more forms to your project and how to control those forms based upon what you're calling, what you're opening, and so on. Once again, every project you're going to work on is going to be a little bit different in regards to what how you're going to manipulate forms. You may have a form from Kentucky. Maybe you will have a couple forms, a couple buttons here that will go off to, information about Kenton, Kentucky, and Boone, Kentucky, or whatever. Or you want information that needs to be completed based upon what county you're in or something. So you can actually call another form from a called form, and this can go on and on and on. Just almost like almost like what we did with our structure chart when it comes to your program. Your forms could have that chart too. What form calls what other forms, and so on. All right. It can get kind of busy. I have seen solutions that, let's see, let's get back here to your, I'm sorry, there you go. Solutions here. We have three forms. I'm going to tell you once you get to programming two, your final application will probably have about 20 different things in here. Okay. So these applications can grow. It's not making it any harder. It's just making it more thorough. And the application is, applications in real life are never as simple as one little form doing one little thing. Usually, there's a lot of stuff going on, and again, you'll experience that a little bit more when if you go to programming two, and when you actually complete programming two. Okay. Are there other things that you can actually add over here? The answer is yes, and we'll talk about that in a future video this week that we'll talk about. There's a couple different things you can do, but right now we're going to stick with forms. In this particular video, what I wanted to do was cover a kind of a cool thing to do to your application. It's actually fairly simple, and I just wanted to show you how to do it, and more for FYI purposes than anything. You notice that once again, we go back to the first week, the first couple weeks of this course. We talked about what Visual Studio was and what Visual Basic was and why it became popular. Well, it became popular because we could write applications that were similar to Windows-based applications. We use controls that people were used to, and so on. Another thing that people were used to when they go into an application is seeing this up here, and this is called a menu. You see that right there? And so what I want to do is show you in this video, and it's going to take a few minutes, to show you how to add a menu to your application. Microsoft has made this really easy, almost ridiculously easy. You'll go down to your toolbox and you'll find menus and toolbars. Well, that's a big giveaway. And we're going to click on this menu strip here. I'm going to drag it over to my form like this and let it go. It takes it down here to this little bucket down at the bottom. I don't know why it's down there, but for the most part, what it did was saying there's a menu strip on your form now. Okay? And as you see, it actually put the menu right here, and I can start typing. So if I wanted to start typing Ohio, and maybe let's do this. I'm going to type in states like this, states. And right here, I'm going to type in Ohio. And so I can actually have different levels. You're going to have to play around with this yourself. But and so I'm going to have one here for Kentucky. Okay. And then I'm going to go across here and I'm going to have exit. So the time I get done here, my thing looks like this, where I have states and exit. And all you got to do is just type it in. I can type in Kentucky if I want to type something over here like Boone and Kenton, or if I want to drill down further, like some of these things up here have. You see how these have them here? All you got to do is just type, and that creates the menu. Pretty simple, right? Obviously, when you click on the menu, it's going to be an event. It's a menu click. All right. So what you can do in this case is, you need to put some type of code behind that menu click. So in this case, states, I'm not going to have anything because all I'm doing is saying, here's the states and here's the two states you can do. But if I click on Ohio, as you see, it's going to, let me get rid of some things here so you can see this. It's going to create an Ohio tool strip menu item click. And I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did here. All right, and I will put that here. I'll go back to my main form, click on Kentucky. I spelled Kentucky wrong. That's not really good for somebody who's from Kentucky. And Kentucky, there you go. And so in this case, let me go down here, click on it. You're not typing, and it'll come right here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing right here. So basically, I'm just going to open the forms. I can do anything in this code, anything that I want to do in this code. Okay, it really makes no difference. In this case, I'm mimicking my buttons, and that's all I really want you to practice too. Just get to know how to put a menu on your form. It's not overly important, just kind of a nice to know, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. If I sit back and now start this, let's go ahead and be complete though. If I start this, I'll go to my exit, and here I'll just go ahead and say close. Okay, and so now I have a menu or I have buttons. Some people like menus. I don't know. Some things that are up here are sitting here on the toolbar too, doing the same thing. It's just kind of different ways. And once again, don't make this hard. I really don't care. I think I do ask you in an assignment to put a menu on there so you can at least play around with it. It's not going to make or break you in your career as a programmer if you never use these. But it's kind of a nice to know control you can put on your form. So here I can go from Ohio, which is pretty cool. There was that little piece there. I'll exit out of that. But I can go up here to states, click on Ohio, and it does the exact same thing. Isn't that pretty cool? States, Kentucky. There's my Kentucky one. Same thing. Show dialog. Can't really do much until I actually end that Kentucky, and there you go. All right, exit, and it closes everything out. That's how you put a menu onto your form. Once again, how I did that was I go to my toolbox, which let's get that up there. Go to my toolbox, down to menus and toolbars, and we clicked on the menu strip. You put that on there, it automatically puts it there. You can actually move your menu around, I think. Can you move that around? Let's see. I'm trying to. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the menu has to stay up there. I can't believe that. Oh, there, I just learned something too. Menu always stays at the top. There you go. Okay. There's a couple other things you could actually do here also that you can actually play with. There's a status strip that always goes to the bottom. You kind of see the status strip down here. It says ready. If you want a status down there, you can do that and actually program things in there if you want to. And there's a toolbar that you actually can put in here, a tool strip that does this right here. You can actually go find icons and put that on your toolbar and double click on it and have it do whatever you want it to do behind those icons. Go ahead and play with it. You don't need to be taught 100% how to do it. You can actually play with those things. So I kind of want to show you that. Hopefully it's kind of interesting to you and go from there. Once again, on the menu thing, all you do is just click on the menu and start typing however way you want to do it. And then based upon what you want to happen, again, when I clicked on states, I did nothing, but when I clicked on Ohio, I wanted to do something, in this case, show it. Make sense? There you go, your menu.